Welcome to our Subject Spotlight webinar. Today we'll be featuring our business courses. My name is Lauren. I'm the portfolio manager, and on this webinar with me we have Dr. Olufemi, who is our program leader for our business courses, and also Xavier, our course advisor, who is going to take you through some of our information about our programs and what opportunities we have available for you. So just to start off, just going to give you a few insights about the job market when looking at our business programs. So lots to take on when looking at this slide, but I'll just start off with career opportunities. So business is an incredibly wide field. There's lots of different areas that you could go into, whether that is business or marketing, finance, hospitality, HR, public affairs or training. Lots and lots of different avenues that you can go down depending on what specialism you would like to go on to. To give you a little bit of a flavour of what our previous graduates have gone on to do in terms of careers after they have done our courses. So they've gone to work at companies such as Google, the NHS, HSBC, and quite a few have actually pursued entrepreneurial ventures. So again, lots of different avenues that you can go down depending on what your specialism, what your interests are. So business is a really nice field to venture into. So looking at the actual statistics, we have used a labour market insights tool called Lightcast to get a few stats that you can see there. So in terms of unique UK job postings, looking at the dates between March 2024 to September 2024, there were 300,000 plus unique UK job postings in the realm of business. And looking at the same data field in terms of UK employers competing for talent, over 25 plus thousand. So quite a wide field there. So that just gives you a little bit of the flavour. And in terms of graduate outcomes, there is a report from 2023 which has found that business and administrative study graduates have a higher than average rate of full-time employment. And as we mentioned before, this is probably down to the many different avenues that you can go down from a business degree. So I will now hand over to Professor Olufemi to take you through a few features of why you should consider studying a combination degree.
Yeah, thank you so much for that. My name is Femi Obasan. Several years ago, I was on the other side of this as well, listening to some unis in the UK, trying to see which one will I accept the offer. And now, fast forward, so I have to give you some reasons why you should choose Northumbria. I imagine some of you are looking for what exactly am I going to learn from this? Some of you have a lot of experience, and some of you are trying to build on your experience, and you're trying to find that, because that was one thing that was very key for me as well before choosing whatever uni I chose then when I wanted to do my master's. And it's very important for you to understand what you're going to be learning, and that's what I'm going to be taking you through. So the first thing there is it's the degree, the master's is going to enable you to become a specialist. And we're going to in different areas, because I'm going to take you through those courses, those programs in the next couple of minutes. And that's the first thing. And it's going to help you to gain skills that the employers want. I tell my students, your employers are not just looking for that certificate. I'll be honest with you. So it's not enough for you to just have a certificate and say MSc business with entrepreneurship. No, that's not all they're looking for. That opens the door for you. But you need to get in there and demonstrate that you've got some skills that they want. And in the course of the program, we're going to be laying emphasis on those skills, not just the theoretical aspect. I didn't mention this. My background is actually entrepreneurship. Prior to becoming a lecturer, prior to starting my PhD, I was in business. And prior to that, I was an investment banker. And I moved to starting my business, pioneering a couple of businesses. And I thought, what else do I need to do after? So I actually decided at that point in time to, what can I do to be able to transfer the skills I've gained over the years to other students? And that's when I decided to pursue my PhD and in entrepreneurship. And over the years, I've realized that the employers out there are not just looking for someone who has a certificate and they can't defend what they have in the certificate. So when we were developing these programs, we put all of that in mind, that we need to put some certain things in this, so that our students will gain the specific skills that the employers are looking for. So, like I said, this degree is going to enhance your career opportunities, your career options. It's going to open doors for you, but you need to be able to take these skills, own these skills that we're going to be teaching you or exposing you to, and you need to hone them and be able to demonstrate that to the employers that you've got what they want and you've got what it takes to fill that role. And we're going to enable you to put all the learnings into practice. So we're not just going to teach you some frameworks. We're going to tell you in practical terms how to apply those frameworks into your job, on your job. So when an employer is asking you, for example, you don't go for interview and be telling them about ANSOP matrix, which is a growth strategy. No employer cares about that terminology. They just want you to be able to explain to them in practical terms how you can help them grow their business by joining them using ANSOP metrics. They don't care about the terminology. They care about how you put that matrix, how you put that framework into practice. And those are the things we're going to be taking into consideration. So one of the key things we do in our programs, every student, every MSc business student are going to be part of a residential program. I particularly love this program. I attend this program with my students. It's not run by Northumbria. Northumbria just pass this to an institution who that's what they do. So they come in there. We just go in there to support them. So they come in there and they take you through some basic skills that employers are looking for. So it's a very, very important part of your program. Every MSc Business Week student will participate in this. So we're going to take you to an hotel for 2 days, and we're going to take you through all these skills, skills that the employers are looking for in terms of understanding your personality, how you become a leader, how you work in a team. And we're going to go through all these activities with you for 2 days. How do you generate an idea as well? We're going to do that. We're going to be, I don't want to let the cat out of the bag on the kind of idea you're going to be coming up with, but it's actually very interactive. It's not lecture. So you're going to have opportunity to mingle with other students in other departments, in other faculties. So not just students in your group. And you're going to make a lot of friends there and all of that and build friendship, which is very, very vital as well. And this, leadership skills as well will be taken into consideration, and how you collaborate with others. And these are the skills that your employers are looking for. And I've seen students writing their CV and putting these activities, these projects they've done during residential, the way they phrase it on their CV, employers were very interested. And so tell me more about that. And they explain what they do that. And some of them nailed their first job in the UK with that on their CV. It depends on how you phrase it. It depends on how what you take from that. And it will be up to you. We're just going to take you through this. It will be up to you as a student to take the very best, to make the very best out of this. And I can tell you, 1,000 people can attend the residential and only 20 people will take advantage of it in terms of utilizing the skills there. So that will be up to you. We're just going to open that door for you and give you the opportunity. And that's one thing that I assure you that you're going to absolutely love in that program. So let's move to the next slide now. Thank you. Yeah. So we've designed all these courses. I'm privileged to design a couple of these, a lot of these modules, in the programs, in the entrepreneurship and the hospitality, and a couple of them. So I designed that. And we put some things in consideration, all of these skills that I was talking about. We took all of that into consideration while designing most of these modules for these programs. Talking about business with business analytics, MSc Business with Business Analytics. So you're going to go through the leadership module as well. So leadership, management, strategy, and innovation. So we have 3 core modules there, apart from academic skills. So strategy and innovation is one module I absolutely love as well. Not because I designed the module, but it's actually a fantastic module that helps you to understand strategy. I tell master students as well, no employer is actually employing you to just do what they ask you to do. Yeah. So they employ you to be able to think and help the organization grow in terms of strategy at master's level. Yeah. So if you say you have masters in business with entrepreneurship or with business analytics, for example, and I hire you into my organization, I'm not expecting you to just do as I say. As a leader, I'm expecting you to be part of the think tank that are going to be deciding and going to be coming up with strategies and going to be coming up with innovation. What is going on in this industry? What are the trends going on in this industry? You can suggest that during the team meeting and suggest that to your manager. Oh, this is what I'm thinking. This is what I'm thinking. And that is part of what we're teaching in the strategy and innovation. And that will be coupled with the learnings you're going to learn as a leader from the leadership module. I'm going to talk about that shortly as well. And business analytics, business intelligence technology, we're going to expose you to some tools. There's a module called business intelligence. And in that module, you're going to learn about the tools that you use to analyze data, to feel what the market is doing and all of that about a particular sector, which will help you in your organizations. So alongside with entrepreneurship as well. So we have a couple of students generating ideas, coming up with business ideas during this program. And part of the assignment is to come up with ideas as well. And in some cases, some students design their own ideas, their business idea for this project, and they leave the uni launching these business ideas. So that's one module that's one program I'm very, very passionate about. Not because my PhD is in entrepreneurship, because I've seen a couple of students generating business ideas, coming up with business ideas, some forming groups, a couple of people joining together, one or two people coming together and fine-tuning the ideas, which, they plan to launch after the program. Yeah, let's go to the next slide. Yeah, so the other modules, financial management, if you are in the financial sector or you're planning to do something with finance, this is one program you are definitely going to love with financial management. You have courses like modules like corporate finance, modules like trend in financial technologies, artificial intelligence, how that is used in trading in financial sectors and all of that. That's a very, very interesting module as well. MSc Business with Hospitality and Tourism. You don't necessarily need to have been in hospitality to do this model, but if you're interested in being in hospitality or tourism management sector, this is one program that you're going to find very interesting. In this, you're going to develop skills around tourism, hospitality, trends, technological trends in hospitality. So gone are those days when you go to restaurants and you have to be calling the attendants to come and tell, there are a lot of technologies now. It's, just sit on the table and your barcode and all of that, you make your order. What other things can you develop? These are things that other people have developed, and we just engage students to be able to come up with ideas regarding the trends in hospitality sector using technology. What are the new trends right now? So these are things that you'll be exposed to in this particular module. And it's not just about hospitality in a particular industry, a particular region, global management, global hospitality. So then the marketing management as well. If you're the marketing one, you're thinking about, oh, I know how to sell stuff. I know how to create stuff. I know I want to understand more around this. This will help you to develop your marketing strategies, importance of marketing. And we tell marketing is not about selling stuff to people. It starts from when you create the product and you have the consumer in mind, even at creation. So all of this is what we talk about there and helps you to develop your understanding of this, and you gain understanding around strategy in marketing. It's not just about, so we're not creating or building salespeople. So we're talking about people behind the sales. So you start from strategy in marketing, and we expose you to these opportunities to actually be able to understand how consumer behave and all of that. And some of you will end up developing dissertation around consumer behavior, which is something students put on their CV as well when they are applying for marketing jobs. So HRM as well, human resources management and international management. All of this, you don't necessarily need to be an HRM person, or you just develop interest in actually understanding how human resources. I mean, how resources are managed. The most difficult resource to manage is human. Yeah, it's easy to manage other resources, but to manage human, it's the most. If you're able, if you have an understanding and knowledge to manage human, you nailed it. Yeah. So one of the modules we're teaching there under the leadership, emotional intelligence, and your understanding of emotional intelligence will help you to be able to manage people. And there's a couple of modules that will help you with this, and a lot of tasks as well, activities that will help you to develop your emotional intelligence, which most of my students always say that's my best topic in that particular module. It's actually my best as well in the leadership module, because as a leader, if you understand how to manage emotions, the most difficult part of emotional intelligence is not about you being able to manage your emotions, which is part of it, but your ability to understand others, their own emotion, and be able to manage other people's emotion. That's the difficult part. And we have a lot of activities around this that will help you to be able to understand your own emotion first and be able to understand other people's emotion. I particularly love some modules in that particular program as well. And international management, we have international business, strategic management, innovation, leadership, ethics, and all of that, and how to make decisions when it comes to global business. And this module as well will help you to develop your leadership skills, your leadership potentials. And apart from, we mentioned that will help you to understand theory and practice, but I particularly focus on the application of those theories. So you see a couple of theories there. Is academics, we definitely have to teach theories. But I tell my students, I myself, I don't like theories if that theory cannot be applied. Yeah. So we focus more on the application of those theories. Don't worry yourself if you're not a theory person like me. Fine, you'll be fine. But we just make sure we back all of this up with theories as well. So yeah. So how do we deliver these modules? We have the lecture first, which goes for an hour and a half. And this is where the theories and some case studies are talked about, theoretical frameworks and all of that about each topic. And we have a seminar session immediately after, or a couple of hours after, same day. So you have a seminar session. And in this seminar session, we give you an opportunity to put into practice what we have taught during the lecture. For example, in strategy and innovations, we've talked about disruptive innovation, for example, during the lecture. And in the seminar session, we give you a case study like Netflix. How has Netflix disrupted the entertainment industry? So, and we ask you guys to come into groups and have that discussion. We give you some materials to work with, and you make a presentation on what your opinions are on how Netflix has disrupted. So if you talk about blue ocean strategy as well, we do the same thing. So every lecture of 1.5 hours, you have a seminar session or a workshop session of another 1.5 hours where you put into practice what you have learned in groups. So I tell my students, I don't talk during the seminar session, I listen to you. So I talk during the lecture, but when it comes to seminar, I want to listen to you. I want you to tell me what you have learned in the lecture. How do you apply what you have learned in the lecture in the practical session, which is a seminar session? So we find this very interactive and students love it as well. I particularly love that. One of these modules, programs I've done was my MBA years ago, and it was done on case study basis and using case study to understand theories. And our students really love that. So we have lectures, we have seminars, we have those tutorial sessions, and our students absolutely engage in this and they love it, and they actually have to take what they learn in lecture into practice. This goes around, all across our programs. And that's, if you look at the number of hours there, so we have just about 12, 14 hours for lectures and all of that. But we expect you to spend more hours as independent studies. So all those case studies we've given you, all those materials we've given you, we want you to apply them and read more and then come back to us the following week to tell us, to ask questions. And that's how we learn at Northumbria. So we don't just finish 1.5 hours of lecture, 2.5 hours of lecture, seminar, and we ask you to go. So there's a lot of materials for you to go through, videos to watch, then come back to us and say, this is confusing, I don't get this. Then we'll take it off from there. So we have that independent study, hours as well for students. And then advanced practice option. So there are two types of programs. We have the 1-year program for all the programs you have there, business analytics, entrepreneurship. There are 1-year program, there are 2-year program. And the 2-year program is advanced practice. This is what we call advanced practice. So there are a couple of advantages for the advanced practice. Apart from the fact that it's 2 years, which means you get your visa for 2 years. Yeah. And so we also have the opportunity of having you have 4 options to choose from in your 4th semester. So the first semester, you're going to do all your modules with other students, even whether you're in year 1 or to advanced practice, you're going to do the modules together. Second semester, you have the same module as well in your specialized program. And in the 3rd semester, you have your dissertation as an advanced practice student. You have your dissertation in the 3rd semester, and you have a 4th semester where you choose from a couple of options. One of the options is internship, where the Northumbria Uni, in collaboration with some companies that we partner with, we don't, let me be clear on this. We don't give you a company where you are going to have your internship. We don't provide internship, but we provide partnership, guidance, and collaborations with companies. And you have to go in there to get the internship. But we provide everything needed for you to do that. And in some cases, you have the companies where you want to do your internship, that's fine, but there are a lot of procedure to follow, health and safety, and all of those things. We need to ensure that this is a place that you can work before we approve that. But by and large, internship provides that opportunity for you to go somewhere and work for 3 months while still a student, and you work full-time with them. And that goes to your CV as well. That's added to your CV as part of, UK experience. So this is one of the most popular option that students choose for the advanced practice. And there's another one called the business enterprise, where under the supervision of a tutor, you develop a business idea and all of that, and they take you through those 3 months where you develop a business idea and all of that. And there's another one called consultancy, business consultancy, where if you want to go into consultancy, so you go through some certain training for the next 3 months as well, with some modules and everything. And so we have 4 options for that to choose from, and that is a very popular program as well. Whether you want to choose MSc Business 1 year or MSc Business with 2 years with advanced option, that's actually an option for you as well. And we have a part-time option, which is just for home and EU students as well, and that's only in MSc Business with International Management. So your assignment is coursework. So you're going to have coursework, presentations, you're going to do group work, you're going to write reflective reports, and in some cases you have to present some portfolios of work that you've done and all of that, which will be assessed to give you your marks on that. And the reason behind this is not far-fetched. Most UK universities are not doing exams, because exams is something you just go in and just write something that you have put in here and you write it down and then you get grade. Doesn't necessarily mean you have mastered it. So we give you activities, we give you presentation that we want to actually see. Writing a reflective report to actually see that you understood everything and you're able to apply the theories. And that's the kind of assessments we give you. So if you actually attend the classes, you attend the sessions, you attend the seminars, the group works and the presentation and the assessment will be very easy for you to do. So one very important module as well, which you do in your 2nd semester, all students, regardless of your program that you're choosing, HRM, marketing, entrepreneurship, there's a technology enhanced learning that we engage in, which is which we call the business game simulation. So we put you in a, I'll say, real life situation, but it's a simulation. So where you start your company and you're going to hire staff. It's a global business. You can hire staff from, in the year 1, you hire staff from the US or France or different parts of the world, and you grow your business and you see your result at the end of year 1. and you see the mistakes you make and all of that, then you decide to grow the business in year 2, in year 3, year 4, I think go like 5 rounds, which is like 5 years. But you do each round in 1 week. So we call 1 week, 1 year. So you create that business, you grow that business, you throw in the numbers, and you see your results on the software. Very interesting game. And during these 5 weeks or 6 weeks, you learn to understand how the business world works, really. So how to hire staff, how to increase their pay, impact of that employee engagement, sustainability, or different things that companies put in place. All these things, you put them into practice in the simulated environment. And this is one of the programs that the modules that the student love as well. I particularly love that as well. So the first few weeks, we're going to take you in a 12-week semester. So the first 4 weeks will take you to some theoretical part in terms of 1 week could be on strategy. So what kind of strategy do you need to run this company? Week 2 can be about HRM. How do you hire staff internationally and stuff like? We'll take you through that. The 3rd week could be marketing, and the 4th week can be finance. Yeah, so we take you through all of that. In the 5th week, we put you into groups, and in the 6th week, you start the game. And 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, and you submit a business report about the progress of the company that you have created, whether you made a loss, whether you made profit, and what mistakes did you, what are the learning that you took from that, and that will be your assessment for that particular module. It's another very interesting module that most of our students love as well. And yeah, the 2-day residential, which I've mentioned earlier. So I think during that residential, you're going to be put in groups during the residential, and that group is what you take into the business game in the 2nd semester. So the 1st semester, you're going to have the residential, and you're going to put in teams. And whatever team you are in there, so you already bond with your team members and all of that during the residential. So it's the same team members you're going to work with in the 2nd semester to create this business in the business game we're talking about. Yeah, so we plan all of that ahead. So those are the key things for the residential, and I think the business game and the residential are some of the key highlights for most of my students that they really enjoy in the program, apart from every other thing. Yeah.
For this slide, I'm going to hand over to our course advisor, Xavier.
As my colleague mentioned, I'm one of the course advisors here at Northumbria University. I'm just going to talk to you today a bit about what our Student Futures and Career team have to offer you as students should you decide to join us. So the Student Futures and Careers team supports students to achieve their ambitions, and make the most of their experiences through developing skills and managing their future careers. The Student Futures and Careers team offer a wide range of activities and support to help you as students at every step of your journey. Few of the aspects you can look forward to will be one-to-one career guidance, appointments that you can book with the career advisors, and discuss, elements of your career options, and put into a plan of action in place, bespoke to you and your personal needs. They will look at every element of your future plan and what you sort of studied historically, and sort of mesh that together into what the next steps will look like, whether that's further certifications or whether that's applying for specific role types or just, whatever it may be, it will be bespoke to yourself. They will also assist you with stuff like LinkedIn reviews, mock interview sessions, helping you to design an effective, I repeat, an effective CV and cover letter, because as you can imagine, there's lots of different technologies out there that are sifting through CVs based on keywords and skills and qualifications, and with the advancement of technology, we want to ensure that you are able to put together an effective CV and an effective cover letter when looking for opportunities. As Dr. Femi mentioned, we do offer you support around advanced practice and internship searches. We have some amazing partnerships with some great organizations, and we have some great team members who are quite shrewd in the way they do job searching for, especially for internships. So we'll be able to support you should you decide to go through the advanced practice pathway. We do also offer careers and employability workshops and employer-led events. So some organizations will put on events in an attempt to attract students, whether that's graduate programs, whether that's just generic roles and opportunities within their businesses. We'll help connect you to those workshops and those events and help you to sort of find the ones that are best fit for you and your plan, and then you can go along and network. So we all do feel that networking and building relationships with employers and HR personnel is a great way of getting into organizations. You will also definitely be able to sign up to our job board, where you will be able to receive notifications on work experience opportunities, any job opportunities that are out there in the market as well. And then also you'll have access to printed and online career resources, including our Graduate Futures portal, Career Set and Shortlist Me. And as a student, you'll have a chance to take part in a variety of employability programs, which are available monthly to help you plan, research and apply for your chosen pathway. And London students have exclusive access to an online and CV cover review platform. Aside from helping you to set up, we have an external body that will be able to also doubly review what you've done with your career advisor and sort of navigate you in the right direction. So this is all to look forward to, and I do stress that any student that joins us as an institution, that you utilize this service from day one. It's available to you from the day you enroll onto the program and you're inducted. You have the opportunity to book your appointments and get the ball rolling in that search. We say start as soon as possible. As many of you know, the macro environment and the micro environment is quite different at the moment. So we want you to utilize the time that you have with us from day one. So do get in touch, get booked on, and start your journey the right way. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Xavier. So now we're just going to go on to a few FAQs. So I'll go into the first FAQ. So how can students best prepare before starting the course? Is there any recommended reading? And I will direct this FAQ to Professor.
Yeah, thank you. So this is a very, I hear these questions a lot as well. Is there any recommended reading for all these programs and all of that? I'll say yes and I'll say no, really, to be honest. And the reason why I'll say yes is, yes, you can actually access a lot of strategy, whatever program you are interested in, maybe just have a bit of background on that. But still, for me, I think it's just come with an open mind to learn, really. So when you have access to the portal, then you have a lot of recommended reading that we have there. So on strategy, it's life. It's business and all of that. It's what happens in the environment and all of that. Knowing what is going on in trend, in hospitality and all of that can help if you're going into that direction. Knowing what goes on in entrepreneurship, maybe your experience and all of that. But in terms of any particular reading, I don't want to be asking you to be reading some academic reading or whatever at this moment. But the moment you get an offer and you sign on to the portal, you have loads of reading.
Yeah. And our second FAQ, which is how do students access the library and resources? I think you've just briefly touched on that, but if you could expand on that a little bit further, Professor, that would be great.
Yeah, so on your portal, on the student portal, you have access to library and other resources on the portal. So the entire Northumbria campus, you have access to all the articles, all the ebooks and all of that. We don't have physical library in London, but you have access to every e-resource that is available to Northumbria on your portal. So once you sign in there, you have access to all those ebooks, all those academic journals and textbooks and so on and so forth. And the materials that you read as well for each module is on your Blackboard, on your portal as well. So for each module, there are recommended readings, there are lecture materials, seminar materials, the case studies for each module. So you have them on your Blackboard the moment you sign on. Yeah.
Thank you for that. And then finally, are there any additional professional training opportunities for students? And I think this one will be for our course advisor, Xavier.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, there's a whole host of different courses and programs that we do offer post your postgraduate degree. We offer the Professional Pathways program for students who have completed a full-fledged master's degree with us, where have the opportunity to undertake free short professional courses through QA, are one of our partners who specialize and are a leading trainer in IT, business, and project management. Upon completion of your program, you'll be able to undertake up to £3,000 worth of courses with them, which is quite unique. I don't think a lot of universities are offering that, but it's a unique feature that we're quite proud of, and we've seen a lot of our students benefit from it. A lot to offer there, a lot of value for money. So yeah, we do look forward to working with you.
And that concludes our presentation. I hope that this has been insightful for everyone. There are a few email addresses here in case anyone has any further questions or queries. But that concludes our session.